My first reaction is I think this has gone too far. No, I think this has drifted such a long way. Do I really want to don the rusty armour and go back into the fray?
What did you think it should be? What was your vision?
Behind every financial failure, there's normally an organisational failure.
God, you've done a hell of a job in 8 years, but it's been an incredible recovery.
The change has been quite fundamental. I'm slightly dissatisfied with the pace of change.
Welcome to Talking Markets. I'm Michael Wilson. I'm joined by my friend and erstwhile colleague David Buick.
Greetings, kind sir.
Veteran city commentator. Very pleased to say we're joined by the chairman of Marks and Spencer, Archie Norman. You have had an extraordinary career. Never mind Marks and Spencer's, in politics and also in retail as well. What was it about Marks and Spencer's that attracted? What kind of job did you feel that you wanted to do? And I talk as somebody who's got the share price back to over.
Well,
No.
£3.
£3.
But
up from 93p when you took it over, then.
You're thinking ahead there. In truth, I'd sort of had an encounter with M&S prior to that when I was in Parliament, and Philip Green had rocked up on the share register, and I was approached around that time, and I said to them, look, I think it's a terrible idea. You know, the last thing you want is more controversy. And Stuart Rose, of course, stepped in then. And
Did you talk to Paul Miners about it at all, or not really?
Did I talk to
Yeah.
Paul? No, I didn't know Paul Miners then. I knew him actually in latter years because I was with Paul as vice chairman of Global Council.
That's right, I forgot that. Yeah.
But so it was a great man. But so I knew, and then. After I'd left ITV, where I was chairman up until 2016, I was slightly twiddling my thumbs, and along comes this approach from Marks and Spencer, and I'm thinking, my first reaction is I think this has gone too far. No, I think this has drifted such a long way. Do I really want to don the rusty armour and go back into the fray? And then I met the people there, and I just thought, well, there's good people. There's a beating heart. Yeah. The idea of what it is pretty special. It's sort of, I don't like doing things I don't believe in. I thought I can believe in this, and we can make this work. It's quite important for the country. I know that sounds pompous, but shareholders and employees. But
well, it's the best brand and best retail brand in the country.
Yeah, it's a sort of metaphor. Yep. People around the world know. So I think if we could bring it back to what it should be, that would be a pleasing thing to do.
What did you think it should be? What was your vision?
It was always what we're striving to be today, which is on food and clothing, our own product. So absolutely about product. Yeah. Everything is making that product right for our customer. Always great value. Now we might charge a little bit more, but that's because the ingredients are better and it tastes better and the kids eat it all up. So always great value, always innovative, trying to be healthy, sustainable, create a better life for people. A great employment brand, a place where people want to work and enjoy working and believe in what we're trying to achieve. I hope ultimately we'll be able to do other things around the world, but that's a sort of gleam in the eye at this stage.
God, you've done a hell of a job in 8 years. Unbelievable. I know Steve Rowe and Stuart Machin and Katie Bickerstaff and others who can't mention, but it's been an incredible recovery. Well,
firstly, Michael, it's actually 7 years. So.
Oh, is it? Oh, right.
But I only say that because I'm counting. I do think it's been a long time.
Well, I was going to say
to get here. So David, it's not been. I don't think it's been quick. I'm slightly dissatisfied with the pace of change. Always have been, but that's probably my disability. It's taken a long time. The change has been quite fundamental. I mean, I think behind every financial failure, there's normally an organisational failure. Now, unless it's a change of technology or whatever, but normally an organisational failure. So, and when you get a deep-seated culture forged over 25 years of drift, like at M&S, changing that culture, changing the people, re-recruiting the top team, bringing back new energy and an attitude of sort of dissatisfied drive, relentless energy. That's been what it's about. And I think we've, in that respect, it's an unrecognisably different company, from 7 years ago.
When you joined, you had to be very much hands-on, as not really just the chairman, but almost the executive managing director in conjunction with Steve Rowe. But it strikes me that you're clearly a very good delegator, because Stuart seems to be doing a fantastically good job. And I'd throw this in, I don't expect you to answer it, but I'm going to throw it in. Do you have a view on whether any chairman or chief executive should stay longer than 10 years in any one place?
Not really. I don't really worry. I think the guidelines that people have brought in, like sort of a 9-year trigger, that it's perfectly sensible. I mean, we all know people who probably outstay their welcome.
Yeah.
And for chairman especially, it becomes important, and they sort of probably inclined to cling on a bit too. That can happen. So having a trigger point to which the board and the shareholders say, look, do we want this chap or lady to stay on or not? That makes sense. I think with all governance, the trouble is people get very stereotyped around it. So 9 years becomes a cliff edge. And that's clearly right in some cases, not right in others.
Right.
I mean, my attitude to chairmanship it may be unfashionable, but I think the chairman is, all chairmanship is situational. So if you've got a company which is in decline that needs shock therapy, then the chairman is in the front line with the chief executive. If everything is going swimmingly, the chairman can put his feet up on the boardroom table and metaphorically light a cigar. So it's between half a day a week and 7 days a week. And so when I joined, because I said to Steve, look, you use my arrival as a chance to start again. Now this is day 0. We're going to go out and present the company as it is, the unvarnished truth. And this time we're really, really, after many aborted attempts, this time we're really going to change the business. And so yes, it was, Steve was very good at working with me, and we made progress. And then brought through this generation of management under Stuart Machin that's now picked up the reins. So what I do at M&S now is very different from what I did then.
Archie Norman, thank you very much indeed for joining us.
Thank you very much. Thank you, David.
Really enjoyed it. Yeah. Thank you so much.
And that is it for this particular episode of Talking Markets. Do join us again soon.